Good evening, folks. Oh, and you're picking up the audio from the music as well. This is great. Let's see if we can fix that by just dropping you down a little bit there and dropping you down a little bit there. Okay, not sure why it's still picking up some of the audio, but welcome back into another stream with me, Fluent Code, here on slightly more familiar terrain. That's right, we are back with the miniatures and models category. Let's have a little bit of a fun start to it. Now, this is something I've been working on today. So this is an old Inquisitor figure that I have that I've been meaning to dunk and repaint at some point. So this guy here he's a lovely figure. This is the Eldar Ranger. Great model, really nice model that I picked up from eBay or somewhere some time ago. And obviously it's seen better days. The paint job is not horrific, but it's very basic. Somebody has just come along and done very basic colours. I don't like the colours. It's quite dusty as well, which is never a good thing. Let's get an old brush in there and just clean out some of this this lovely dust. Give ourselves a little bit of an asthma attack. But I was looking at this guy today and I thought, do you know what, I wish I had more Inquisitor figures. And I thought, do you know what, I wish there was a wider range of Inquisitor figures, because 54mm, yes, back in the early 2000s or late 99 when this came out. I think this was around 2002, but somebody I'm sure will correct me that this Inquisitor range came along. It was fairly unique at the time. We hadn't seen a larger scale miniature game from Games Workshop at that point. The largest that we'd gone smaller. We had gone smaller, but we hadn't done a large scale miniatures game at that point. Like I say, this is not the model that I want to show you, but it just sets the tone. Gets us looking in the right direction, and that right direction is 54mm scale. And a couple of the problems that I've been having today are based around 54mm scale. What's that, you might say? Have you been shopping on eBay and got yourself some more Inquisitor models? No, I haven't. What I did was, you'll excuse the colour. The colour is kind of obnoxious. It's a little bit difficult to work out what scale we're looking at, but what exactly we're looking at when everything is this beautifully bright shiny material. But I couldn't be bothered to change over the filament in my printer, so this is what we've got now. That's right, this is an Orlok Ganger. Quite a nice figure, actually. I do like this one. Orlok with lasgun, I believe he's known. He's an Orlok Ganger. And the whole point of Inquisitor was based around a whole bunch of sort of normal types doing battle, and, you know, not necessarily Chaos Marines versus Space Marines. It was more, yeah. So all I did was I took the model and I scaled his original height up to 60mm. The reason for that is that these guys were supposed to be 54mm to the eye line. Now, 60mm is on my slicer is to the top of the model, so it actually scales physically with a millimetre measurement. And personally, I think he is a bit too chunky. Now the problem that I've got is that, let me just see if we can zoom in just a little bit on this. Oh blimey, apparently we are already zoomed in. Crikey, what's going on there? Didn't feel like we were zoomed in at all. Let's apply that. Okay. So the problem that I have is that with scaling, and this is something that Games Workshop have suffered with for quite some time, is in order to make a miniature work at small scale, you have to make certain details bigger. And some of those details include hands, heads, weapons, things like that, to give you a good sense of scale. So this guy here is it's actually a scan, don't tell anybody, but it's actually a scan of the Orlok Ganger. Now Games Workshop have actually stated that as long as you own the figure, they don't mind, and I own multiple of this figure. As long as you own the figure, they don't mind what you do with it. So you can recreate your own examples. You're just not allowed to advertise it and sell it on and what have you. I think that he hasn't scaled particularly well. I think that the man himself isn't too bad. Things like the hands are, if you have a look, things like the hands are considerably obnoxiously bigger. But this is the era of the Catachan jungle fighters and what have you, where things were a lot bulkier hand-wise, and this guy, he's an original scale. He's an original Inquisitor Mini, and of course his hands didn't need to be sculpted bigger to make them look better at smaller scale. They just started off this nice little delicate size. Now he is also an elf, so he's going to have kind of small hands. I could make the joke, but I just don't feel like it. Maybe the dad joke things are wearing a bit thin these days. So all I did was I scaled this guy to 60mm, and that puts his eye line at almost exactly 54mm, which, if we get the tape measure out, you can see to his eye line, it is almost exactly 54mm, which is the perfect Inquisitor scale. Now, I don't think it's worked quite right. Although these guys are 28mm, they're 28mm heroic scale, which actually means they're more like 32. So I don't really know. I mean, look at the size difference in their heads. It's like one's got a giant ham and the other one's got a Brussels sprout. I don't know. I think that looks a bit off. So on my second attempt, I thought, let's try a girly. And also I tried something different. So instead of scaling it to a flat height, I simply scaled this to about 85%, I think it was. Technically, 28mm to 54mm should be 193, but I thought, let's go a little bit daintier. Now, height-wise, I think that they have come in a lot closer. Hands are, whilst the human hands, now she is a human, so she's going to be a bit bulkier, but they are definitely considerably more bulky than the elf hands, but it's better than the male there. the Orlok Ganger, and so I think that that's actually fairly good. Now, height-wise, I know this one is not necessarily standing, but it's only just shy. It's about 52 mil. Now, to be fair, if she was stood up straight, that would probably be about right. This guy is also not particularly stood up straight. I think maybe he could do with being a little bit shorter. I wish I was a little bit shorter. I wish I was a baller. No, that's not quite right. Yeah, as you can see, we had a couple of problems. The feet are surprisingly fragile when you do this, and the sword as well. But I kind of knew the sword would break, so I sacrificed it, popped it off, just so that I could clean up everything without breaking it accidentally. But the feet were a little bit of a pain when they broke, so we have had to glue things back together a little bit. But generally, considering we're using a 0.4mm nozzle, so we are just using the basic nozzle that the printer came with, I think that's come out rather nice. Certainly to the point where we could spray it up, undercoat it, put a zenithal over it, and then maybe put a few colours on it just to emphasise. So we could have some Inquisitor gangers. I might even paint this one as well, to be honest with you, because I mean, who's really going to notice the scale? Yeah, who cares? So yeah, I might just paint this one as well. It'll be a fairly simple paint job. We'll spray it black. We'll see if we can. The layer lines are not massively noticeable, to be fair. There's quite a decent chunk of detail on there for an FDM print, and like I say, it would probably look a hell of a lot better if I'd used my standard grey filament rather than my daughter's favourite gold and purple filament. But we could get quite a nice selection of Inquisitor minis going. I just don't think they're going to match up with the original scale, unfortunately, but it's quite a nice little experiment. So there we go. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about this evening, even though I'm quite pleased with those. I might actually do a few more Necromunda miniatures, possibly even run out a gang of the Eschers in the larger scale, just to have a bit of fun with painting them, because you could probably put a fairly decent paint job on those girls, even at that sort of level of detail. There's enough there that you can play around with, and then having a larger scale model might be quite good fun. Could possibly even do two gangs, and see about doing a slightly larger game of Necromunda. Anyway, what we're here for this evening is not Inquisitor scale Necromunda. Look, these are the seeds from the Nighthaunt. I told you that they would get everywhere, and they are in fact showing up absolutely everywhere at the moment. This is what we're here for today. Yes. I'm assuming this is not real. I bought this on AliExpress not very long ago, to be fair. This one wasn't even supposed to come with a box, but it has come with a box. Hang on, what am I doing here? Does this need to be... Oh, it's sealed. We can... Look at that. Oh, beautiful. It's an unboxing. Oh look, we're doing an unboxing video. Who thought you'd see one of those on this channel? Normally it's just 30-year-old Eldar ship. But yeah, tonight, folks, we are getting a treat. This is one of my Gundam models that we bought off of AliExpress. So the quality is as yet undetermined. We will see how they come along. But I am quite looking forward to actually having a go at building something. Now, this to me, you know, these bags are, they're resealable. They're not the cheapest bags in the world. Shocked there's not wood in there. JB, welcome into the stream. Yes, my friend, it's yeah, it's actual plastic and plastic and instructions. That's interesting, because like I say, I wasn't actually expecting a bot. Is this Japanesey style and everything starts from the back? No. Oh, hang on. Whoa, it's okay. It's multiple pages. Yes. You can tell it's so fake. Well, I mean, yes, you can tell the box is a bit shonky, and this is not exactly the highest quality in the world. But to be fair, I don't think it's going to make that much difference. Welcome in, AWOL. You get to see whatever this thing is as we explore the box. Hang on, I need to now make my camera come back out again, don't I? Because we're actually in a scene where we probably need a little bit of distance from the table. There we go. Let's apply that. Okay, I'm going to pop the box to one side and just examine our collection of plastic things. Well, yes. This AWOL is probably the reason that I've brought these models, and I say these models because there's more than one. Okay, we've got lots of bits. We've got some. You can see some. I don't know if you can see, to be honest with you. Let's see if we can catch it. There's a bit of a shadow going on. There's a very slight crease in the model here, but then just next to it we've got a bit of a shadow, almost like a bruise of some sort. Excuse me. But I'm not going to be particularly fussed if that is the case. It might be something that we can just alleviate with sanding, but I doubt it. It will probably require painting. I think that's probably the trade-off. So what we'll end up doing is we will see about. Yeah, we've got a little bit of flash on some of these parts here. Certainly more flash than I've often seen from Gundam models. They tend to be fairly flash free, so yes, I think this is definitely a look. Mum, here's some Gundam from Temu. But it does look like it's going to be quite good fun to make. So we've got that about it. Oh, look, these are cool. These are very cool. Look at these. Excuse me, I'm choking away here. I need to go and get myself a drink. I've got a drink. Let me just. Lovely jubbly. Right. Okay, so we've got a. That looks to be a fairly substantial machine gun of some sort that we've got there. And then we've got a sort of rather more tactical SMG style weapon going on here. Well, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And then whatever that cool curved thing is, I have no idea. This is also the thing that drew me to this model is the shade of orange on this shield. Because I actually love the colour of. Whoa! There's some real goopy going on there. I wonder if we could possibly do with giving the whole. I was about to say sprue, but I know that sprue will get me instantly like barred from the real Gundam chats, because they're not sprues, they're runners apparently. Yeah, it's this colour orange that attracted me. I love the colour orange. The colour orange is my favourite colour, as you can tell by the, where are we here, the stream colour thing, which we're not far off. Look at that, folks, we're not far off the right shade. Yeah, this guy, orange and white is one of my absolute favourite colour combinations. I just adore it. I think it's a fantastic colour combination. I painted my Van Saar gang in orange and white because I thought, who needs camouflage in the Underhive? Now, I don't know if this means that there's bits missing. I don't know what these, because that seems like a very much an incomplete sprue runner. I mean, I don't know what these bits mean. Why would you go to the effort of making these like cool little hangers? Maybe, I don't know. AWOL will be able to tell us because he is that kind of nerd. Oh look, we have got a sheet of stickers, but just the one sheet of stickers, and as far as I can tell, that's it. Is that it? Surely not. Surely you can't have a full model like this with just the one sheet of stickers. Oh, what have we got in here? Well, we've got another sort of crazy round gun thing. I don't know what that's. I don't know what these are supposed to be. I'm guessing they're guns. They look like guns. Well, they don't look like guns, but they look like they could be guns if someone was that way inclined. Okay, and then we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. I'm assuming this might be like a sword of some kind, you know, a plasma sword or a blade. Half runners are common. These Chinese ones are a bit inelegant in that. You don't think that that's, I mean, it feels like somebody's gone to quite a lot of effort to make those shapes when they could have just done these little little stumpy bits. Pro Cthulhu, yes, beam saber is the word that I was looking for. Thank you very much. As you can probably tell, so it's meant for another colour to be joined onto it. Okay. Oh, okay. So you can connect up multiple runners to get. Okay, yeah. I see the little jointing bits there, which would. Oh wait, hang on. Almost seems to line up. It's not quite right, but then, yeah. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. Doesn't mean anything, but I like it. I like the fact that it's a thing. Because I do think that the runners themselves, with probably more official things, some kits generally have similar interior parts, so some can be reused in other kits. Oh yeah, okay. No, yeah, that's cool. As you can probably tell, this is my first time. Be gentle. And these are cheap Chinese knockoffs. These are not original kits as far as I can, but they're not. They come from AliExpress and they cost like £7. So we're going to have a little bit of fun messing around with them. We're going to turn our hand to churning something out, some sort of result, and we'll see how we get on with that before maybe in the future we'll invest in something a little bit more real. Well, that's something that we can hope for. I'm not that familiar. One of your fellow chatters has inspired me to take up the role of creating some weeb stuff, and we're going to do so. I do love these mechas. They are just fantastic. It's such a style. Might have issues fitting, so tools and sanding is recommended. Yeah, excellent. Well, that's pretty good. So we have, like I say, we have 3 of these awful models. This one I picked because it's got orange in it. This one I picked because it looks cool and military. I do like the colour scheme. It is a very, very cool military sort of green on green. And this one I picked because it's a Zaku, and that's purely it. That's just it. It's a red thing that I have seen a couple of times in the anime. Not very often, but yeah. So we're going to save those 2. Char's Zaku. Is that what this is? I have no idea. Look, it's red and cool. Yay. And then this guy is, well, this, apparently. I don't know what that means. Probably made up. That's a grunt. Okay. Cool. Okay. Well then, folks, let's familiarise ourselves with these instructions. Just let me get an idea of how this works. So we've got, I'm going to guess, based on the fact that you tend to read a lot of Japanese stuff from what we would consider back to front. However, it doesn't look that way. This looks like the start. Yes, it's, is it? No, maybe not. I don't, Hang on. Most kits start with body or head. Right, hold on. It goes that away. So, yeah, okay. So we have body, we have some instructions here which are parts, gate, cut here, runner. Okay, use modelling nippers to trim the excess runner. Yep, got ya. Okay, so we cut the gates, then we trim off the little excess bits. Okay, seems fairly simple. Polycap parts are made of a softer material. Take care not to crush them during assembly. Okay. Well, we will be very careful in that case. So we have A parts, B parts, C parts, D, 2 lots of D parts apparently, E parts, H parts, stickers. Right, okay. Well, this is not confusing at all. H parts. We've got 2 lots of H parts, haven't we? Okay, and then you can see, yes, so the runners do have little little labels on them. Oh, that's neat, the way it's cut out in like relief. Polycaps are more like rubber plastic used generally in cabin. Okay, cool, thank you. Okay, we've actually got any of that. Okay, so that's labelled PC, so I'm guessing that will be that's runner will feel slightly different. Ah, yes, I see. There's definitely a much more rubbery style part. Okay, that's cool. Thank you for your advice, Pro Cthulhu. I do appreciate it. We'll pop that little bag down there as well. So we've got a couple of H ones, which I don't think we're supposed to have multiple of those. It does make me a little bit worried that we might be missing something further on. We have our sprue of polycap. We have our SB, and then we have this little dude and that little dude, which I'm guessing they would normally fit onto one of the other sprues. So for I'm going to keep calling them sprues. You're just going to have to get used to it. There is 2 of the small runners. Okay, fair enough. Right, let's just have a look and make sure that where we are with the rest of the models, the rest of the parts is correct, that we have got everything we're going to need. Okay, we do have 2 Ds. I'm not doing the double D joke. That's just itching to be said. So there's our 2 D sprues that we were expecting. Pop them to one side. We've got a C that looks nothing like the C in the diagram, but it does actually appear to have all the parts. Yes, it's just been quite poorly grafted on to the side of that one by the looks of it. And there we go, we've lost number 13 already. That's come off. We'll have to keep that one nice and safe over there. Then we have this appears to be an absolute hodgepodge of bits that should have gone in other places. Yes, so that and that is this. This appears to be an extra on the bottom end of this one. And then we have that one. okay, which is here, and we would have, yeah, okay, then we would have that piece in there, that piece clinging on down here somewhere. Yeah, okay, that appears to be that sprue. Okay, happy with that. That's all of that together makes up A. Good. That is E. Happy with that. And then got that, 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 got that. That's B. Okay. Well, I think it's fairly clear that we have a complete kit, or at least we have all the parts mentioned here in this instruction. X indicates parts not need. Okay. Right, so there's certain parts of this kit here that aren't needed to build this model. So, like you say, yeah. We also have extra parts because, as mentioned before, some runners are just reused, but they may not be used in the current kit. Okay, so there's like parts that work with multiple models, I'm guessing, but they're not in use on every model. Okay, I quite like where this is going. I can see some of the logic behind how they design these kits. It makes a certain amount of sense. There's the sort of redundancy of parts that, like these hands, which will be, you know, for use in different makeups and how they are holding things. Okay, yeah, I quite like that. It seems to make a certain amount of sense. It's not hugely different to, which leads to what we call kit bashing, where you can use those alternative parts to scrap things together. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I can see that there's quite possibly more to this side of the Gundam hobby than what I was possibly expecting. I was expecting quite complicated kits which do one thing and one thing only, but with the rubber parts I can see how so that these parts, because they are slightly softer and they're not this hard, really hard plastic, that when you put bits into each other, that they are going to allow a slight amount of movement and the tension to allow you to pose it, and it will stay there and be reposed. Whereas if you did that with hard plastic, they'd just wear quite quickly, and then you'd end up with floppy joints and stuff. So yeah, like that. Does this see us about ready to clip something off and start cleaning it up? I do worry that this is a massive minefield of I'll try this one and then realise that my meagre selection of tools is not enough, and then it will be another hobby to go with my collection of hobbies. So, like I say, this is where you decide suddenly that you don't have everything that you need, and then you must go out and buy more things. Well, we will be sure to only buy the things that we need. Right. Nippers, X-Acto knife. I've got files. I tend to prefer files, but we have We have a very small filing board, but we will be sure to look at some more. So we've got some nippers, we've got an X-Acto knife, we've got a file, we've got this bad boy. I have a feeling that the file is probably frowned upon because you're going to scratch some of these lovely hard plastic surfaces. However, I think with the quality of kit that we have, we might well be resigned to painting it anyway. Now, as you may gather, whilst I am very, very new to the world of Gundam, the idea of painting a model is not beyond me. We can certainly do something there. Right, I'm going to pop this kit to one side here so that we can see it on the screen. AWOL, as if I would hold this against Bandai, a company that I have literally never had any. Okay, that sounds like a lot of things. Yeah, okay, right, here we go, folks. Understood, this is not a Bandai quality kit. This is a cheap knockoff. Let's just have a little bit of fun with it. And we will take everyone's advice and just have some fun with it. We're not going to take it too seriously. Okay, so that is our A17 part here that we're looking at. A couple of little bits on there that I'm just going to clean away. Now, should I have washed? Howdy, caveman. Welcome in. Yes, this is our new thing to get lost in. You've got over 200 Gunpla under your belt. Yeah, it's. I'm sure it's not going to be an addicting hobby that I'll need to start selling my only child for. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not against the idea. It just has to be for the right amount of money, and I feel that the market is probably quite poor for them at the moment. Okay. Lord Bob the Builder, thank you very much for the advice. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're not going to get completely addicted. Hold on, B. This is B. This is B. We've got some bits on B that we need to go for. 18 and 19. Oh shit! This is our first like little hinged joint. Now I said that I was expecting these joints to be probably more in the softer rubbery stuff. I see in the West Gundam is exploding in popularity. Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean that's interesting in and of itself. So I mean it shows that the market is changing. That there's a lot of you know, there's a lot of call for the miniatures, but possibly not with the same level of detail as what people have been building for years. Which is a thing. There's quite a lot of history in the West of mech games and models and what have you. You know, I'm a massive fan. Oh yeah, absolutely. I didn't accidentally buy a wrong model. I said, holy shit, I would like to expand. We have different trim level. They invented a new plastic blend. Is the reason there is no PC parts and for the better surface detail. Oh. Wow, okay. I mean, that's kind of interesting of itself. They're actually inventing new kinds of plastic. Okay, fair enough. Now this thing does have a bit of a mould line all the way around it. I'm going to assume for a nice snug fit we probably want to just give that a little bit of a trim, like I would do, like some sort of heathen with my expected to be painted 40k miniatures. But I think this part looks like it's going to be fully hidden inside the chest piece, so I don't think it's going to matter. I'm just guessing it might actually turn out to be, you know, the main bit that's on show, but I doubt it. Did I check out the free models from OPR? Not yet. I haven't done yet. I will see after the stream if I can get down onto that and have a look. For anyone wondering what we're talking about, that is currently on the Discord. There's a Discord link down below where you can get some updates on the hobby adventures that we go through. And the other day, Caveman very kindly posted a link to the One Page Rules site, where there is currently a free model for, was it Halloween, I believe? Yes, I screenshotted and posted. Thank you very much. Right, hold on just a moment. Let me. Sorry about that. Right, we're back. Well, it's very clear, and there's also a new grade that's also called MGSD. Oh my word. So they don't like to complicate things by the sounds of it. These are... I mean, I quite like the complication of it. I think it's nice when there's a bit of innovation there. I have a feeling that calling and you're able to get all the season models. Yes, absolutely. I'm a big fan of One Page Rules. At the moment, I haven't actually printed any myself, but I will be sure to get round to it soon enough, as soon as I stop faffing around with printing out giant Necromunda models in PLA silk, i.e. lots of bright shiny colours. It will get slightly less shiny once I spray it black, at least. So yeah, there's that. Now bear with me, folks, because this is a huge step. I'm guessing that it's probably frowned upon that there's still these like little bits of flash and what have you, but I'm going to click these things together for the very first time in my that was quite satisfying, to be honest with you. That was quite satisfying. Right, so there's a limit to the range of movement. That's there. And there. Okay. I see. No, AWOL. There are rules. Surely there are rules. Okay, right, and then this. Oh, okay, let's orientate this so that we know what we're looking at, and then the flexible bit on the bottom and we have, so that looks like it's orientated right to the instructions. And then that pushes in there. Hey, possibly. That seems like a funny fit. That back there. Okay, that's... is that right? Yes, so it does appear to be. So that gives us some movement this way. It will give us movement that way, but also there's a sort of... okay. That'll be fun. Right. Ooh, PC parts. Now, what have we got here? We've got number 4. Okay, so there's multiple of each of these. Now, these might be softer, I was warned about, so... Well, to be honest with you, from what I've seen, HG looks like a fairly good fit for me, size-wise and level of detail. I don't want something completely overcomplicated to the point where it's probably going to be a bit much for me. So I'm quite happy. Which one did I try and cut there? I think it was that one. Let's just take that off with the knife. I'm quite happy with these HG kits in this size. I mean, scale is slightly irrelevant. The most important thing for me is going to be how big it is when it sits on my shelf space, really, because I do only have fairly limited... I say limited, I've got a whole room dedicated to hobby space, but there's only so much that you can get in there. And as said, we are quite full on hobby anyway. Right, okay, and then we've got a part B16 and B17. Okay, right, I see. So let's take the other one of these off right now. I'm going to do it with the knife because these PC parts are quite... The actual gates for them are a little bit hard to get with the nippers. I imagine if I had a very sharp pair of nippers it would help. The nippers that we've got are... They're okay, but they're not exactly sharp anymore. They're just cheap old Xuron ones from Amazon, which I think you can already see they're starting to have a few little nicks and what have you in there from cutting things like pinning wire. Right, let's have a look at this one. So we need 16 and 17, these two bits here. Did I do both of them? I did do both of them, right. 16 and 17. And then we need A7 as well. Now we worked out that our A sprue was this one, which means A7 will be this thing here. So we'll get this one ready and waiting in the wings for ready for assembly. Yes, they are dirt cheap nippers that I bought years ago and have served me well for years. So yes, they might be dirt cheap, but they're what I've currently got. Right. Okay, as you can see, we have got a fair bit of little flash and what have you on here. But I think we might be better off using the file for. Don't know how visible this will be. I'm not actually sure what the orientation of that is, but I'm going to try and clean up all of these parts before we put them together. Caveman, thank you very much for dropping by. It's been fantastic to see you in again. I hopefully will catch another one of your streams soon, and hopefully you'll be able to drop by and see us again when we're live next time. Take care, my friend. It must be pushing on quite late for you, so we'll see you again soon. Another little bit on there as well. I do feel that I always have to be quite careful, especially when working with kits that I haven't done before. If you tend to, I use the cheap ones for large. Yeah. I tend to find if you're not sure, obviously filing off less, because you can always file off a bit more, but you can't really add back in the stuff that you've just filed off if it doesn't if you've taken off too much. So I'm just going to be quite cautious with this. I don't want it to be all loose and floppy. Nobody wants their cheap knockoff mech to be all loose and floppy. Nobody wants anything to be all loose and floppy, really. Okay, right, let's see how they intend these guys to go together. I do hope B16 and B17 are the same. Okay, let's see, because we're going to have to orientate it. So that is going to be 16 there, and that is going to be 17 there. Hope I've got that right. That piece sits in there. That piece sits in there like so. Okay. Nothing too strenuous just yet. There's still plenty of time. Where was the bit that we made? That's the bit that we made, right. Now, how... Okay, that slot at the back there sits over that piece. Okay, I get you. I get you. That, no, I don't get you. Okay, I do get you. That pushes into that piece there. I'll be quite careful because that actually felt like that was deforming a little bit on me. Well, that doesn't look right. I think it is, but it doesn't look right. Okay, they've both got a slight angle to them. That's okay, I guess. Interestingly, that detail is going to be visible from somewhere, isn't it? Is that okay? This is the back of the chest. Okay, so that's our torso joint, isn't it? Is that the back of the chest? And then we're going to be visible down here. We're going to be able to see those little details, I guess. Maybe, who knows? Right. Okay, so that then sits in there like so. Yes. Okay, we'll call that a sort of sub-assembly, as it were. Right, A15, that's going to be... Right. It would be interesting to know what number 16 is for, but this is our A15 here, and like I say, we have got a few scratches on that piece already, so I think, yeah, I can just see a sort of a shadow there from the ports on the back. It's a bit of a shame. And they've both got this sort of fold line to it here. Oh well. So number 15 is this one here. We'll pop that off. Right, okay, this post is the neck joint. Okay, yep. Got it. Cool. The other chest is for the RGM 79 base chip. Okay, this looks like the powered GM kit. These are Lord Bob the Builder. These are words that you're using. I recognise them as words. Unfortunately, I don't know quite what they mean. So you'll forgive me. I appreciate you joining in. I don't know quite what I powered. Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, apparently, according to this box, we've got an RGM 79 GTO and then some squiggly bits. But I don't know what that means in terms of anything else. Right. B39. Now this piece here looks like it should, and there is a little sign on there for a sticker, so we should actually be putting a sticker on there, but I'm not going to just yet because I have a feeling that we're going to end up painting this. So that might be Gundam the Origin. Okay, is that from what animated series it would be from? Because that's kind of cool, because I've not actually found the time in my oh so hectic schedule to actually watch a series of Gundam. I've just always been obsessed by big mechs. I like mechs. I'm a bit more of a fan normally of Western mechs, so like BattleTech and stuff like that, which I understand in the Gundam world may be seen as heresy, but I've always quite liked the Western style mechs. But I thought, let's give it a go. Let's try out some of these bad boys. So if I wanted to see this guy in action, I would check out Gundam the Origin. This is the third-party GAOKE kit based on the powered GM. Cool, okay. Lovely, thank you very much for the explanation. I do appreciate that. Right, and then this piece sits in there. It does seem to sit a bit proud. I guess that's, yeah, that's fully seated home there. But that piece looks, I'm guessing, purposefully proud. Cool. Attach while avoiding these parts. Okay. Right. So we have two pieces to slot over there. Kinda. Hello? Oh, I'd love a cup of tea, thank you. Okay, so for somebody who's not got a huge amount of time and would like a primer, for example, would Gundam the Origin be a good choice of where to start? Okay, I don't know whether that joint should be a bit more seamless or not. Any series is a good start. I like your thinking. Yeah, that is probably true. I should at some point start somewhere. Okay, that's what it meant by avoid. They don't clip in behind it. That's loose. Okay, cool. Well, I think that at some point I will definitely be looking at catching up and watching something in the in the universe. Okay, that's very cool. I'm quite pleased with that. Like I say, these parts here with their sort of little defects on them, I don't think that any form of sand, certainly not with sandpaper that heavy, is going to bring back a decent finish to that. Right, let's have a look. Now we've got some more B parts. Turn the part. Okay, so we want B15. Many people now, we have people who only know which from Mercury and G Crooks. Maybe this is a world that I shouldn't be getting into. It does sound like there's an awful lot of catching up to do. Maybe I should just build the little plastic men. I get it. I get it. Bob the Builder. It's you know, every fan space and what have you has different factions and what have you. Some of them are a bit subtler than like Warhammer, with, you know, everyone versus everyone, apart from everyone versus the Tau, obviously. But like I say, that's pretty much the same in virtually every fandom ever. Right, PC 8, we want one of these. Okay, and then that bad boy sits in there. Okay, I think I sort of start to see where that's heading. Okay, that's cool, yeah. Right. And then we turn the part. B21 and B22, and then another bit is sandwiched in between them when they go together by the looks. Okay. B21 and B22. Let's take these off and just see if we can get a dry run of how they go together. Oh, because they're not the same. Right, yeah, they're not the same. One part is extended and runs the... Right, I see it. I'm trying to be quite careful with these nippers. I know that these double-bladed ones can cause a bit of deformation, but you've then got to come along and clean it off. And I do run the risk of doing a little bit of damage with the knife. Not all Gundam is the same. There's like 9 Gundam units. Oh my god, right, okay. Maybe it is a bit too in-depth. Maybe the little plastic cool looking mechs are about the limit that I can go to. Although, to be fair, you know, Battletech has nearly 40 years of books and histories and models and games and what have you. Warhammer's been around for just as long, or nearly just as long. Oh, that was a poor choice. Shouldn't do that. Let's see if we can just take a bit more off with the nippers. As far as the kit goes, all you need is Cool Robot, and after a while it will all just make sense. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so a lot of these things are well, that is one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is Warhammer 40k second edition has been out forever and is feature complete. All of the codexes are out. You just use an old version of the game. I do. That's how we got started. History, or is it lore? That's how we got started as a channel, to be honest. You doing Warhammer, old Warhammer in particular, and it will probably be how we continue on and off with a bit of this thrown in, because this is quite good fun. I quite enjoy this. All right, there we go, and we've got a PC1 in there. Have we lost our background music? It does sound like we have. I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can find something a bit more. There we go. That might do. Right, there we go. Right, now what are we doing here? So B21 is the longer piece, so that's going to go. Well, that's a bit weird, isn't it? That didn't feel like a particularly nice fit. Why does this feel so? That's definitely what it's telling us to build. That piece isn't going to stay in until we fit it into something. Okay, well we can live with that, can't we? This bit here, the rounded bit goes into the back of the joint so that it's got room to rotate. Got ya? And then this piece sits on as a cap over the top of that, and onto that and into that. There we go. Oh, there's a lot of bits that you've got to line up together. And it does feel like almost requiring a set of pliers. Well, that's a nice solid fit at least. And we've got rotation. Okay, that's cool. I like how that piece goes together. Now we just need to figure out where it's going on. So, okay, that bit's going to be annoying, keep dropping out until we get it in somewhere, but it looks like that's not too far away. So let's pop that down. I think we are now going after this bit here, number 5. Does this kit have the 2 shoulder options? Let's have a look. What have we got? We have a backpack, by the looks of it, with probably a gun. And then I'm guessing that's what you mean by shoulder options. Is that a gun that rotates down off of his shoulder? Yes, by the looks of it, that's it. Yeah, It's just a Canon. There's one with pods. Oh, okay. Well, that's that might have to be the next one. Pro Cthulhu, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. It means an awful lot to me, you dropping in and following the channel. Thank you very much.
Can you get a minute?
Yes,
Yeah.
I will. Pop that on the desk. I'll have it done.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. Yes, thank you very much for the follow. I really do appreciate that. It means an awful lot. I know they're free. I know they don't cost people anything, but just the fact that, you know, this, you know, knowing that the stream is, thank you very much. Knowing that the stream is an absolute dog shit is always appreciated. So thank you for the follow. That was the wife bringing me a cup of tea and the latest thing off of the 3D printer for my daughter's friend who's round. The new thing. Yeah. Sorry, Bob the Builder? Yeah, yeah. There we go. Right. That's a cool looking part. I like that. Now, how does that oh, no, we changed the page. Oh, no, it's okay. We're back to where we were. And that now sits in there, and that traps that piece in. Okay, like, no, wait, what? That's as that goes in, is that going to rotate back? There's something not right there. Ah, hang on. If we push that in, there we go. That. Hey, there we go. That's better. Thank you very much. Yeah, trust the process. It's like, oh, okay, just keep pushing. Keep pushing. There we go. Excellent. Is that flush? That seems almost flush. Yeah, look at that. That sits nicely on there. And then that now connects up to here. What, just that bit? That way. Ah, I see. Oh, look at that. That's... what an interesting joint. Oh, wow. So they managed to achieve 4 degrees of movement out of a horizontal peg and a pivot. That's fascinating. What a clever kit. Yeah, rotate and tilt, but it's movement in 4 directions, you know, that way, backwards. So off the center line you can go backwards, forwards, left and right. But yes, 2 degrees, but 4 directions. cool. No, yeah, that's cool. Well, no, it does. It doesn't blow my mind. Things like this are just interesting to me. But yeah, definitely, I do appreciate when something is incredibly efficient, though, of just making that single post and a pivot. That's really, really cool. I like that a lot. Hats off to the designers of that one. Right, we've got a couple of vents to go on the front here. B40, yeah, cool. B40 and 41. These two. Right, let's, because that's too easy to get that. It's very intriguing. It shouldn't be unexpected, but if you've ever had a Japanese car, for example, you'll appreciate the how ingenious you can be. It's the same as everyone else's car, but there are little things that just make more sense, and any manufacturer could have done it. Well, pop-up headlights have been around a long time before Japanese cars were doing them. That's not necessarily a thing, but they certainly perfected it, because before then they were just absolutely horrible mechanisms for them. Oh, German engineering, I just despise German engineering. I had, until recent, well, I say until recently, I had a Mercedes. I had a little C-Class coupe. It was a lovely little thing, beautiful little thing to drive, and quick as hell. Had a little 1.8 litre supercharged petrol engine, and that thing would absolutely sing, and it was set up that it would just drive beautifully. Yeah, fender mirrors were an interesting choice, and yes, like you say, things like K cars and choices like that, not so great, but ingenious nonetheless. Right, so let's have a look. Oh, okay, you can't get these wrong because of the way the slots are. Okay, that's very cool. But yeah, the problem with the Mercedes is the Mercedes is not designed for current state of British roads. Every time I drove it, it was like something went wrong with it, because it just wasn't, that delicate suspension just wasn't, it was designed for going around a well-kept track, not the roads of the UK, which are currently falling apart. Every time you hit a pothole, it was just hateful. 1986 Porsche 944. I do like the 944. I do like the 944. It's a very, very stylish car. I liked the fact that it was a Porsche with all of the Porsche things, but they finally decided to change the design a little bit. Bandai is amazing at keying parts to fit in only one orientation, and as this is a clone, they copied it. Yeah, good. Good, I am glad. Right, what have we got now? Looks like we've nearly got the body done. Right, I didn't even check that this was the right part. Yeah, E6. Yes, because it's an 80s car. If that was a Porsche from the 70s, you would find that it was also easy to wrench on, but slightly lower materials quality. The 80s was kind of a beautiful age for cars. Well, it wasn't that it was an updated 924. The 944 was basically you had the 922, 924, 944. It was really down to engine that you got in them. The 944 had quite a nice engine choice. And that just clips in, does it? Ooh. Yeah, anyway, the Mercedes that I had, beautifully engineered, over-engineered. It just wasn't cut out for modern motoring, or certainly not motoring on the roads that we've got. It just felt like every time you drove it was going to fall apart. And then the conversely, at the same time, I was rocking around in my old Japanese truck, my Mitsubishi 4x4, and the thing would just not stop. The thing was just relentless. Crappy old 4-cylinder diesel, 2.5 litre 4-cylinder diesel, but I don't like how that joint here at the front seems to be a bit wide, and it's opened up a bit on that side. I don't know if that's something fouling. Oh, hang on. That seemed to drop into place a bit more there. Maybe not. We'll see if we can solve that later. We'll come back to that bit. Right. This is a new part. What are we looking at here? C. C, 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 C. That was A, wasn't it? C was one of these bits over here, I believe. Yes, it was. This bad boy here, I believe, C2. We've got little studs there that it's telling me not to cut. So of course, that's where they put the ports. Don't cut these, but we'll make it so that you have to cut right up to them. Yeah, I get it. It's, you know, it's not, as AWOL pointed out at the start of the stream, it's not indicative of the quality of a Bandai kit, but it was cheap. We're having fun with it, and at the end of the day we will have a little 6-inch high man to sit on the shelf. Right, now we've got more PC parts in here. Now these look confusing. One in there, one in there, one in there, and that one's going to be pointing downwards slightly. Okay, I can get behind that maybe. Right, let's have a look. So PC9, 1, 2, 3. Those bits there. Let's pop them off. Oh. You miss warped parts. Okay. Okay, right, so that pops through with the stud poking out. Let's push it in, seat it home. Okay, not sure. Ah, something's gonna clip onto that, isn't it? Yeah. Well, we will certainly be seeing how shitty parts make the model with this build, because actually I'm not mad. Apart from that one little, that knife very nearly hit my groin, but let's rescue that because we're going to need it. We will see how these parts come along, because I'm having quite a lot of fun with them anyway. Right, and then this one goes in there, like so, and I'm assuming we'll be trapped by the bit that we're about to put in, which is C1. Oh, hang on, we've got two PC11s to go in there as well, which is these bad boys. Okay, I'm going to cut from this side with these because they've got a little wing on each side that would probably be quite easy to hack off. Sorry, that probably didn't make great TV there as I put my stupid great head in front of them. There we go, right, and so that they will sit in here. And there. Okay, nice, that's coming together. Spin them off. Okay. The little extra just makes the joint a little tighter. Okay. Oh, so you say the Bandai kits are genuinely better? Is that right? Do apologise if you can hear the kids in the background. She's having a sleepover tonight, which is why I've got to make the cat thing on the 3D printer for her friend. I say got to. Oh my god, sounds like they're killing each other out there. Okay. Okay, I hadn't heard of that other brand, but that's probably what being new to the world does for you. I shall endeavour that if I ever actually want a decent one of these kits, I will make the effort to search out the Bandai ones, or the other brand, yes. Okay, right, Now, it says flip the part, but to be honest with you, I think it's probably best if we do this, because otherwise that one's going to fall out. And then we can do it that way. They have managed to get a nice tight fit on there, and we have nice rotatey bits. Okay, that's cool. That one's a bit loose. I kind of expected that one. That one's very wobbly, and these ones are quite stiff. For kits, I've been 95% third party and new studio past 4 years. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we've got here. I've never actually used AliExpress or Temu, but I thought, do you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna order a little something from each of them. I've got a couple of large-scale resin minis, because we haven't painted a large-scale mini on the stream yet. that we'll get round to. Oh, okay. These are jets, right? Got ya. So we need our B sprue, and we've got some jet nozzles somewhere here. What have we got? We've got all 5 of them. Okay. Stevie Seal, welcome into the chat. Thank you very much for joining us. You've had some decent stuff from Team. Good, good. In my opinion, Bandai is falling off the game and need to. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it does happen from time to time. The big brand gets complacent and then drops the ball a little bit. It would be nice sometimes if it happened more often. Oh, I don't think I damaged it too much there. Certainly with somebody like Games Workshop, I think that they could really do with a bit of a kick up the bum with regards to how they shot themselves in the foot and they're paying for it. How did they shoot themselves in the foot though? Because I understand that they're still fairly dominant in the space. You know, yes, people might, you know, like myself, might buy a cheap knockoff brand from AliExpress in this case, or Temu, or wherever, but I'm not their main target anyway. But is it just a case of they got too expensive, or they're not innovating, or what's the deal? Well, that doesn't sound familiar at all. These companies litigating, realizing that they've actually nearly lost my first part there, that they've actually opened themselves up to a minefield of what is an orc, and then having to sort of lose ground to some third-party space. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It means that there's competition in the market. I actually like to see that. I don't want to see companies fail, or I don't really want to see IP theft. But you know, just continuing the status quo, I think that's kind of sometimes a good way to shake things up. Well, I'll tell you what, the hour and 3/4 that we've been on have absolutely flown by, because normally I only stream for a couple of hours, and I'm sat here and I'm thinking, how long have I been up? And it's nearly the full length of where I would normally stream to, so it's quite relaxing to do this. I'm going to put these on here and then I'm going to clean them up, because they feel easier. Well, that one's not, is it? They're easier to hold onto when they're on the model. Oh. Is that the sort of value that we are talking about with some of these kits? A PGU NU, I've no idea what that is, I'm afraid. Feel free to enlighten me, or it can be a mystery that I'll discover for myself at some point. Oh, that's not a very clever connection there. I'm going to have to pop that one off. Oh, Stevie, thank you so much for following the stream. It's really appreciated. We do like to see a new follower from time to time. Thank you very much. I got Meng make great EVA kit. I got an Academy kit and a Meng kit from Team. I expect a cheap kit full of flashing, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm under no illusions that these are not necessarily going to be the same sort of quality as the official stuff, but I'm pleasantly surprised by how well it's going together so far, and it's a good fun little kit. You're a fellow Brit. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I don't think there's a huge number of us on the platform. Make a knockoff if I wanted to. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Right, they feel, that's the first bit that I'm actually not happy with. They feel a bit clumsy, to be fair. I get that actually allows a bit of move. Have I not, is that not in enough? Because that is just very loose. Very loose. Ah, well, there we go. That wasn't in. I'm just going to see if we can get that pushed down any harder. There we go. That's put some tension in it finally. Okay, that doesn't wobble around so much. I'm a lot more happy with that. That wasn't feeling quite right there, but that feels better. I haven't heard great things about that Creality scanner, to be honest with you. I haven't heard great things about Creality in general. I don't know, they're one of those companies that just feels a bit... Correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't used the scanner. I've no idea. My main interactions with the scanning world have been via somebody who uses a jewelry, a dental or jewelry scanner. It's a Thunk. It's quite an expensive piece of kit, but it's very, very, very detailed. But it's very limited in scale. You can only put up to certain size bits in it. But that does incredible work. So I mean, if that Creality one, yeah. I mean, I've been thinking, you know, now that I've got access to a 3D printer, and I have a reasonable skill and knowledge with electronics and what have you, I have been thinking about building an OpenScan. The components to build one is you can actually get them down where you could probably do it for about 75 quid now if you go out and source all the components. So you need the Pi, you need the camera, but other than that, all of the components can be done with PCB and componentry. I have been quite tempted to have a look at doing it, but it's one of those things where I'll sort of and ah about it for ages and still never get round to it. But yeah, essentially they're all just sort of devices for photogrammetry. I have tried it off of my phone before. It's not quite as easy as just taking a bunch of photographs from different angles, but that is it in essence. It's not really any harder than just taking a bunch of pictures from a lot of angles. There was no way to hold that and touch the part. Yeah, so I have been thinking about it. I've got a fairly large collection of old miniatures that I would love to digitize for, for personal reasons, not just because I want to print the hell out of them. Although I have mostly been having fun recently with rescuing stuff from Facebook Marketplace. The number of things that right, and that goes in there. Okay. The number of listings for old Warhammer and the like, which is going super cheap. Oh, I mean, when it comes to files, I've got quite a few. Perhaps we'll sort of contact and what have you. Maybe a 120 scale. 120 scale. Oh my god, the thing's gonna be. It's 3 foot tall, complete. Wow, yeah, that's quite big. To be fair, I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to end up building something like that. Mostly because, whilst I would love to build something like that, I simply do not have the space for anything quite that large. Right, what are we looking at here? We're looking at D. Now, we've got 2 of these D sprues, so we'll just grab any one, I guess, and we want 21 and 20. I quite like 176, 172, that sort of stuff. Before we went live, I was debating about going live with an Airfix kit. To be specific, I was debating about going live with this bad boy. The game that I'm playing at the moment, or I say at the moment, that I have been playing for the last 10 years is World of Tanks, and I haven't properly built an Airfix style kit in donkey's years. Oh, everyone knows everyone, do they? Stevie Seal, you're doing train builds. Okay. I used to do trains in my youth. It was a hobby that my dad passed on to us. Still got most of them somewhere from when he passed away. You've also seen tanks on his channel. Okay, like to hear it. Well, let's just... It sounds like everyone is already familiar with Stevie Seal, but for anyone who's not, please do... Please do go give him a little look. There on Makers and Crafting. Okay, I didn't realise there was sort of more than just the miniatures and models, but Makers and Crafting makes sense. You motorised a 135 Chieftain. Wow. Okay. I'm currently in the game World of Tanks. I'm currently still grinding towards the Chieftain. Like I say, I've been playing it for 9 years, but it's been an on and off. It's a love-hate relationship with the game. Sometimes I love it and I'll play it and I'll make progress in it, and other times I'll actually quite enjoy the game and I'll play it, but you make no progress whatsoever. Now, there's a little... That doesn't line up with anything, does it? So that can just slot into there wherever, and then that can just slot into there. Really? Oh, okay. Well, that's not very secure. Did I miss something there? You cheat in World of Tanks? Surely not. Yeah, trains is something that I enjoyed for a while. I don't think it's really me. But I do have a very fond memory of, you know, various well, in fact, endless days at model and train fairs, trawling round and round, seeing the absolutely amazing layouts and thinking, oh, I'd love to build that, and then realising that you just don't have, unless you've got the space, it's just impossible to do. But yeah, I do like the old trains modelling. Sometimes, Stevie, it's not the accolades that you look for, is it? It's just simply finding that nice community. Right, let's have a look. So we've got a massive cannon hanging off of his shoulder here somewhere. Not that one, this one. Yes, the E25 is definitely cheating in World of Tanks. Oh, hang on, those parts are almost identical to that part that I put on there. Should I have put that part on instead of the B part? Would that be a better fit? Doesn't look like it. I'm a console player. So unfortunately it's not something that you can, because it is actually a separate game, console and PC. So whilst I've always looked a little bit enviously at the PC game and the graphics they get and some of the maps and the balance passes and all the rest of it, it is a completely separate game. I would quite like to get down to Bovington next year for Tankfest, to be honest with you. I've thought about it for the past 3 or 4 years. I will just have to bite the bullet, I think, and book a ticket for this year's or next year's one, because it will be 26 now when they next do it. But yeah, I haven't yet had a chance to go. $227 tanks in the garage. Yeah, I dread to think how many tanks I've got in the garage. It's probably close to that number. Apparently you're going. Okay. Well, in that case, Stevie, I'll see you there. Oh, I think I've just nipped a little bit too much off of there. Yes. That's a very poor deal. Right, and then we've got a little bit on the end of this barrel here, haven't we? It does always look like a very fun day out, so I don't think I'll regret going to Tankfest. I've always thought it's a bit of a shame that they don't always run the Tiger though. Like if you want to be guaranteed to see the Tiger running, you have to go to a Tiger Day. At Tankfest, they don't necessarily 100% run the Tiger, which is a bit of a shame, I feel. Right, and then we've got this bad boy here now. That's a complicated looking part, isn't it? Oh, really? Crikey, what are they rebuilding on that? That's 131, right? Right, now that bit is going to go on... Oh, hang on, we've got a bit of flash. I'm going to leave that bit of flash because that might... Well, I'm kind of glad, because it's one of one. There are no more running. So the fact that they're willing to say, do you know what? We need to effectively dry dock it and rebuild it. I think that's actually really good, that they're going to turn around and all of the revenue that they could lose from Tiger Days and all the rest of it, that they're willing to do it in order to actually do a full restoration on it. That's fantastic, if you ask me. If you are into tank restoration and the like, I do highly recommend Mr. Hughes on YouTube, which I'm sure you already know of, but it's such a fun little watch to see him having a go at Centurions and all the rest of it. Right, now this piece is what connects us to the main backpack. That's always good as well. Excellent. I will I'll be sure to have a look. Right, now in there, I don't know that that can only go one way. Right, there's a bit of flash on there as well. I just need to trim off. But yeah, I will be building some model kits on stream, not just the Gundam stuff. I do quite like the idea of building some airfix and the like. This is quite good fun though. Right, that way. Wow, do like the way that. Okay, and then that acts as a spacer as well. Awesome. Oh, nice. Yes, yeah. I mean, the backlog is something that I'm intimately familiar with. Like I say, I have a history of Warhammer. I collect hobbies like they're going out of fashion. And so, yes, I am intimately familiar with what it's known as in various... I just built a German one, don't ask me the name, I can't say it, let alone spell it. Okay, fair enough. Right, now, that swivels from there, I think, although it does look like it will swivel on both of those axes. Okay. I quite like the German names. Their naming convention is very much combine a thing and what it does. And even if you don't know what either of those things are in the language, you don't know what the thing is or what the doing it thing is, you get the idea. So a Flammenwerfer werfs Flammens. That's how I like to think of it anyway. Right, that appears to be our body done. Nice. Okay, we've got some little directional jets there. So, do these guys fly? I'm guessing that these guys fly. You wouldn't have little doody jets on the bottom of him if he wasn't a flying dude. Yes. Right. I'll pop him. Ah. I think we're going to need to put a bit of angle on him to get him to stand up. He'll sit there for now. And then we have the head. Now this is a complicated build for the head. You can see how complicated it is because there is 1, 2, 3 parts involved. One of which is this nifty blue visor. Look at how cool that looks. Like that. And then we have 2 bits of head over here with the front bit and the back bit. Does that not need a joint of some sort to go in there? Oh, will that click on? Ah, okay. Well, that makes some sense, doesn't it? How do they get... So, do these things fight in atmosphere? Or is everything they do generally done in space? Oh. Because my question will be, if they don't fly, how do they get where the fighting is? Are there dropships? I'm guessing that there will be some enormous dropships. The Grunt Mecha, the G is general and the M is mass production. Okay, yeah. Is there sort of stigma attached to grunts? Is it a case of people start in a grunt and work their way up to something better? Or is it a case of, you know, if you're only good enough to drive a grunt, you're basically cannon fodder? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like there's something above grunt mechs that basically feeds on them. Yes, I think that's going to... That's a bit of a poor mould line on that one. I think there's a way to really correct that without sanding the whole face. Okay, cool. I think I might. I'll have to scroll up in the chat to see what you called it, but I think I might start with that little 6-part thing as a sort of primer into into the universe of Gundam, and I'll see if I like it. That there looks a bit deformed. I'm just wondering if it might be. I think we can probably get a little bit smoother on that facing. It's a bit better. Okay, fair enough. Just the models for you then, is it? I mean, there's all sorts of people that will literally build models, Warhammer, whatever, and never once even think about playing the games. Now, okay, that's very, very cool. I like that. It means that you know quite a lot about the lore without ever being or ever having to spend the time watching. Ooh, that feels awkward. Now, how visible are those little nicks going to be? Well, we've taken the polish off of the whole face in there, so in for a penny, in for a pound. Probably a bit more harsh than we needed to be on that. Right, let's stick that in there. He's a cool looking fella. And that in there, like so. Now, it hasn't given me the instruction to it's a 12K glass finishing file. Okay, I've heard that name, Dispia. I have heard that name before. It is someone that I will look into. There's got to be something else goes in there, hasn't there? There has to be a socket for that. That's not just going to sit straight on there. Just say Dispay. Yeah. I'll have a look into that. A glass finishing file. Okay. Thankfully, those two bits are in behind here, so you can't actually see them. So that's worked out quite nicely. They're tucked away in the wings of the helmet there, so you can't actually see them. So that glass piece looks okay. There's no real damage to it, thankfully. Right, our first. You've not done any decals also? No, not yet. There's one in. There's supposed to be one in there. This kit only has stickers. There are no decals. Yeah, this one here. There's a tiny little sticker in there. Number 1. This blue thing. I may well decide to paint this. That means decal. Well, there's a thing of stickers, and that's it. But there are no decals. I come from a world where there are one type of decal, and that's water slide. But yes, colour correction for offer during build. Ooh. Well, I'm sure they'll go on afterwards as well. Right, now we have a waist. Ah, their feet, right, got ya. Okay. Now, I say we've got a waist. What have we got? We have a 12. Where was A? This is A, that's number 12. Clear back stickers called Tauron seal that are for after detail. MG, PG. Then there are dry transfer in MG and PG, and water slide in PG, and Vercar. Ooh. Well, this has that thing. And that was all that was included in the parts list instructions, so I'm pretty sure that we're not missing any, but because I'm likely going to paint the model, I will probably not put the stickers on until later. I understand that might make me a heathen, but no, there's just the way that that you end up doing it normally. Like I say, it would seem to be a bit of a waste to put the stickers on if I'm going to end up putting it under the airbrush, painting it. Got a bit of a mould line going along there again, but I don't know whether that's actually going to interfere with anything, so I'm going to leave that for now. Yeah, but I'd put them on afterwards, wouldn't I? After I paint it. Right. PC1. So we've got loads of yeah, I see that. Right, PC1, and PC11. Okay, so this one we're gonna spin them off for that extra, as we've just been told to. Go on, spin them off. Oh, come on. Yes, there we go. Spin, my friend, there. And that piece goes in here. Which way round does it go? Looks like the little luggy bit sits that way. Oh, that clipped in. I like that. Yeah, that looks right. And if those ones will spin off, then surely these ones will also spin off. There we go. 1, 2. Oh, we've got loads of PC apparently. PC1 and PC11. Two of the PC1s, in fact. Right, and they go that away. Ooh, doesn't want to go in there. Ah, there we go. Ah, look, we've got a little bit of flash there that probably needs to come off. Yes, there must be. Must be. Never come when you need them, though, do they? Right. There's 1 and 2. I thought all robots wore skirts. Right, and then we've got this like massive hip joint thing. B29, this thing here, very now I'm going to be quite intrigued to see what they do with this, because I've been quite... Oh. Okay, not that intrigued. I can see what they do with it already. I'm not sure what they do with these slots, though. That will be interesting. That's going to be where the legs fit, isn't it? Oh. So these bits are going to fit in there, like that. That piece there is going to sit into there. Those are going to sit into there. These bits here are going to be, there's going to be some form of joint for the legs, I guess. Skirt, battle dress, kilt, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same sort of stuff. Evening Mouldy, welcome into the stream. Thank you for dropping by. You looking forward to D&D tomorrow, Mouldy? Tomorrow is our D&D game. Fully fledged nerd here, by the way, folks. You know, it's not just Plasmo and Warhammer and... Oh god, I'm even using the term Plasmo. Ugh. I'm not quite ready to commit to using the term Plasmo. So it'll be Gundam for now. Until I feel comfortable accepting this next level. But yeah, we also play Plamo. See, can't even get the terminology right yet. We're not ready for that level of commitment. Clearly. Yeah, we also play D&D as well. Not on stream. It's not something we've ever done on stream, and it's probably not something we're ever going to be. Trepidation? No, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. What could possibly go wrong in the creepy haunted mansion full of screaming people? Right, the back, so this side of that is very, very clean. This side not so much. I don't know why. Right, let's put this together. I do like where you've got these multiple connection points and then there's just suddenly a click as they all sort of get in the right position. Here we go, here we go. That one's just out, get that in. Oh, it's so satisfying. There we go, that's actually quite nice. They are very firm. I think they're going to be possibly need a little bit of freeing up before we before we're done. Right. Okay, so now we have this is definitely another camo for snap fit and scale model for glue kit and real world objects to differ the two. Okay, it sounds complicated, but I'm sure we can work something out. Right, that I see how that works already. I just need to find the part on the sprue. B28. B28 is this one here, isn't it? Yes, this is going to be interesting seeing how this joint comes together. Oh, I didn't like that. I'm not going to do that one because it's going to push them quite close together. Let's free off this first. Right, there should be no tension on that now. Okay. Right, pop that in there, and then that. Oh, look at that! What a beautiful, beautiful fit there. Let's just push that home. And then that gives us quite the range of motion there, doesn't it? Right. Are you suggesting that these are probably a bit more durable than they look? Toenail clipper and broken piece aside, yeah, I think you're probably right, to be fair. Now, let's have a look. So, ooh, interesting. These look a lot more fiddly. Let's have a look. Right, we've got our super detailed head construction there, which took all of 20 seconds. Our body. Now let's finish this waist off. So, A4 and 14. Right. A14. That's this one here. sorry, same size, but 2 to 3 times the parts. That sounds needlessly complicated. Like, what possible reason would there be to have that many parts? Okay. Well, it's all fiddly bit, right. I think for now it's fairly safe to say that I'm enjoying this kit, but I think if you upped the parts count by 2 to 3 times, I would enjoy it considerably less. Call me a softie, new to the hobby. I think that if you upped the parts count by 3 times, you would decrease the enjoyment of it. Right, we have the other part of our A thing here. A4. No, there's more A, isn't there? A4. Got this tiny little yellow bit. I don't know what that's for. Oh shit, right, that goes on there somewhere. Oh look, and then that piece shows through. What in the hell is that going to do? Is that his weak spot? Is that where you're supposed to shoot him? Ah, just this yellow glowing heart-shaped, arrow-shaped thing. Shoot him here. Oh, okay, right. It sits down onto that piece. Gotcha. I mean, I like it. I like the technique. It's very cool. It would have been a lot easier to just do it with a sticker. But yeah, no, I like it. Eee. Nearly went flying. Right, let's pop that nice and safe there. Don't touch, don't go anywhere. And then we've got okay. A6. Right. This is starting to come together. So not only do you have that colour separation of that piece, but it then sits inside this white piece as well. That's cool. Right, now that then sits inside here, looking like a weird bin. Oh, okay. Okay, so this part here, we'll cut that off. and then have a little look at it. Now I'm imagining this is so that we can choose whether we want these parts to flex or move, rotate individually, because it says cut at your preference. Yeah. You always cut yours. Well, let me just clean it up. I take it that's a fairly regular design feature then, that appears. I mean, I'm guessing it just makes for a more posable. Guns point out, put on shelf. Fair enough. How many Gunpla do you say you've? You're up to? Was it like 1 million? Not quite 1 million. Oh, there we go. Look, I've cut it. We've just, you know, decided that we're part of the cutting our battle skirt dudes, I guess. Right. They go like that. That piece needs to push into there a little bit more, I think. There. That just clips in. There you go. That's very cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Then we have. I need to just clean that little bit up so that they don't rub together. Oh my god. Do you have them all on display, dare I ask? Or is there just a big box somewhere full of the ones that you're bored with? I mean, to be fair, if they're this size, you could probably fit 500 of them in a medium-sized house somewhere. You could find somewhere for them, couldn't you? But some of the bigger ones, you're only allowed 5 Detolfs. Wow. I mean, I'm glad to see that that the industry standard scale. Yeah, I know what a Detolf is. I was just about to mention that that it's kind of the accepted scale for display of nerd hobbies. Every nerd hobby has their Detolf, right? Okay, and then these bits take the bits on the side. So that's the back, they're the front, then you've got the bits. Right. Do they not make them anymore? Did IKEA not replace them with something? They have got little nubs on them. Do those little nubs need to be cleaned off, or is that going to stop me from getting a tight fit? Should I just be pushing through the nubs? Or should they be cleaned off? I don't know if you can see that on there. It's very... let's have a look. Have I got something that I can put it up against. So there's tiny little wings on there which stop you from pushing it straight in, and they're on both of those pegs. Do I need to chop them off so that it will push in easier, or what? Okay, well there's something that they're replacing it with, at least. That's something for us nerds, isn't it? I'm not sure if IKEA really realised how much nerds would embrace them. Welcome back, AWOL. I hope your evening. Well, no, it's not. Hope you're just after midday. There you go. Can you see it? They're not quite flush. So they've got two little wings. The bit on the top is flash. I can understand that, but they've got like. Yeah, and it looks kind of deliberate. They're definitely molded on, so I'm just gonna clean them off. I don't want to go too hard because that is going to need to be a fairly tight fitting joint, I think. Yes, I've been thoroughly handled and introduced and taught the terminology and the correct, well, everything. I mean, I'm basically Gunpla now, you know. We have stuff for that. Oh God, is that? Sounds like narcotics or something. Don't do it now. But yeah, no. I'm just gonna clean these up. I'm gonna leave the tiniest bit of flare, but I'm gonna make sure that on the ends of them that they come round so they fit in, but it'll be quite a nice snug fit basically. That one in there is a little bit awkward because that one I am going to need to actually chop because I can't actually get to it to scrape. Yeah, it might have been a little bit harsh, but okay. Wow, you kids are flash with your extra stuff. I mean, I've seen a lot of there's obviously, you know, the YouTube shorts and what have you, where, you know, there is a tool for every mold line, or, you know, every crease has like its own tool to chop it out deeper, and it's fascinating to watch. But I sit there watching it and I'm like, that's too many tools. You have too many tools. You can't possibly use all those tools. And then he proceeds to prove me wrong by using every single one of them. Oh no, there we go. That sort of works. Yeah, happy-ish with that. That top joint just needs to go back a little bit more though, doesn't it? There you go, that's nice and snug now. Right, we have D19, two of them. D was the doubled up sprue, wasn't it? Was D the doubled up sprue? This one's D, isn't it? Yes. 12 and 13. Ah. Two 19s, but there's only one on the sprue, so I will need. That's probably. We even. No. No. I don't believe you. That's not a technology that we have, surely. Are you suggesting that the Gundam building community have invented vibroblades? You know, the Star Wars thing that can compete with a lightsaber. Sadly, it is real. Okay, all right, I'm sold. I'm in. I'm in to this. I'm not buying one. No, sir. But I'm glad that that somebody has invented it. Yeah. Awesome. Well, it's fascinating that they. So, but what do you need them for? Surely they don't. I mean, you say they cut a sprue like butter, but it's only sprue. Surely a normal cutter cuts a sprue. Yeah. Yeah, and you can often find that the before tool is actually a lot better value. I'm not sure about a rebranded dental tool. Dental tools are probably quite expensive. Mostly because dentists have a shitload of money because they take it all from you. So I'm not sure about a dental tool being better value, but a lot of the other stuff is quite often is better value if you manage to pick up the tool before it's rebranded. Right, and then we've got sidey skirts. Here we go. Oh, that's a stiff. That's a stiff joint, isn't it? Oh, I like that. There's a little thing there. What's that going to be for? $240. Holy shit. Oh, it's a bit weird. Oh well, right. That, folks, that's the waist done. So we are now body, waist, head. And we're at 50% over our normal stream time because we've actually been having quite a good laugh. However, I do have to be up relatively early tomorrow. I did have an ultrasonic bath, which sadly died. So I do need to I do need to get another one at some point. But yes, ultrasonic has been around forever, so I'm fairly familiar with ultrasonic, but the actual idea of an ultrasonic knife is somewhat new to me. As I'm saying, really do appreciate everyone who's dropped by this evening. We're actually 50% over our normal stream time. We normally go for a couple of hours at a time, but I've been having a great time with this. It's been really good fun. Bob the Builder, thank you so much for following. I really do appreciate it. Sorry, let me just get rid of that advert break. We'll deny Jeff his final few dollars. Thank you very much everybody who's dropped by and watched. If anybody has enjoyed it and hasn't already hit the follow button, please do so. Also feel free to drop in on the Discord or the Instagram, where we'll be posting some updates. I'm a little bit slow at doing updates and stuff, but hopefully as we get better at this whole thing, we'll get better at doing stuff like that. So thank you very much for everybody who's watched. Really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Probably be back Monday for the next stream. Put it in your diaries. Until then, folks, take care and have a good one.